All the pieces are lining up. Trump got his man in, Kevin, who wants to lower interest rates. Bitcoin is down significantly from its high around since last December or last November. Did Bitcoin make its high? So everything is lining up for this to take place. And when it starts, it's not gonna happen overnight, but by the time you know it, it's gonna be well on its way. So a lot of people predicting Bitcoin to go parabolic. Other asset prices, other AI stocks, AI companies, everything's gonna go parabolic. And if you didn't see what happened when SpaceX IPO'd at $1.75 trillion. That's the first time in history a company ever IPO at that valuation, in the $1 trillion valuation. Anthropic might follow suit, and OpenAI might follow suit within the $1 trillion valuation. So they're just setting the pace for hyperscale IPOs. And so make it look normal, to make it look normal. So okay, company's gonna IPO at these prices, $1 trillion valuation, normal, not in the billions normal, but trillions. Apple just announced that, hey, we are gonna raise prices on our products because memory is getting expensive and we can't really absorb the high cost of memory anymore. So we're gonna start passing it on to consumers with passing the price on to consumers just to remain within margins. So that's gonna happen. And when that happens, what happened? When that happens is Apple is gonna make more money, more profit, and the valuation is going to go up simultaneously, and everything is just going to be running up. Everything is just going to be running up, running up. And I've been saying this, real estate prices are going to be running up as well. Right now, to buy a house, the interest rates are high, and the average price per home in the United States is high, while we have high interest rates. That's an anomaly. It doesn't really happen that often. The average price for a house and interest rates interest rates are down, the average price for a house is up. When interest rates are up, the average price per house is down. Conventionally, that's how it works, but now we are in an anomaly, and both interest rates and the average price per house is up. So now, when they start lowering interest rates and the system snap back in order, we might see the average price for a house go up even further. You understand? So those are just some of the things that are going on within the economy, which, I'm touching. And, it's America's 250th birthday, but regardless of that, the haves and the have-not gap is getting even wider. And that's what I was trying to convey to you and explain and point out by saying these things. And it's up to you to decide which side of the equation you want to be. You want to be on the have side or the have not side. Some people without the fault of their say, if you determination moves mountain. You understand? So we're happy for the 250th birthday of the United States, but it's not pretty here, man. Not everything is equal. Not everything is going on great. Not everyone is enjoying the fruits of America's labor, because a lot of people here are struggling. the debt crisis, the taxes we're paying. We are being taxed to death. Taxes are choking people. And the funny thing is how the tax laws are set up. The wealthy doesn't really pay taxes in some regards. The wealthy don't, because the wealthy doesn't work on WT income, and the wealthy doesn't sell their assets when they experience capital gains. They really borrow against their assets. And what happened? You don't pay taxes on loans, right? Of course not, you don't pay taxes on loan. Did you guys know that? You don't pay taxes on loans. So that's what the wealthy does. Borrow against their assets and stuff like that, so to escape the grips of Uncle Sam. So I'm just highlighting some of these things that are going on. President is trying to make some changes and address some stuff that's going on as it relates to making it equal for everybody. And whether you like him or not, that's what I think he's trying to do. Trying to give up people opportunity, trying to run up the markets. He's a great. One thing I like about this president, honestly, whether you like Trump or not, Trump is a president that encourages people to invest their money, encourage people. And every time this dude talk, he was on CNBC 2 nights ago, and he was talking how the markets are going up. Yes, the market is not all about the economy. The market is not all about the economy. People are struggling, yes, but what the president is pointing out is that if you have a 401k in this market, if you have an IRA in this market, and you're in the S&P 500 index funds or mutual funds, or any mutual funds or index fund that really replicate or emulate the S&P 500 moves, you are up right now. And that's what a lot of politicians don't tell people. A lot of politicians just place the blame and point the fingers and say, oh, it's the rich people why you don't have this, and it's the rich people why you don't have that, and blame the rich people for everything that's going on within the economy. But they never tell the poor and the needy that in order to be economically well off, you have to participate within this economy, and you have to participate within this economy by not only by being a consumer, but also being an owner and own a piece of the economy. You use an iPhone, you should own some Apple stocks. You use a Windows PC, you should own some Microsoft stock. You go to Starbucks every day to buy a $12 coffee, you should own some Starbucks stuff. You go to McDonald's every day to buy the dollar menu or whatever, you should own some McDonald's stocks. You understand? You should actually try to own what you use and, experience some capital gains, get some dividend. It might not be significant, but, you might not do it on a large scale, but actually just try to do that. It's good habits. It is good habits. It is good habits. And a lot of us don't do that. And that's the thing. And that's what the rich men do. That's what the rich people do. That's what the billionaires be doing, So there are some ways to gain leverage and get us where we want to be, but not everyone has the balls to do it. But with all that being said, I want to say happy 250th birthday to the United States, and it's July 4th. Stay safe out there today while you enjoy your fireworks, while you celebrate. And this is Jermane's Views, man. Please like, comment, share, subscribe.